Hello and welcome to another Let's Drink Tea video. Today we're going to brew Gyokuro tea. That's a green tea from Japan. It's one of the highest quality teas you can get, period. And for that reason it's also not cheap. Although I did find a really good deal on Amazon for this one. It's by Valley of Tea. And it's quite good. It's definitely not the best I've had, but the quality is definitely okay. And I enjoy it. And the thing with Gyokuro is not only is it expensive, it always comes in small packages, and you're supposed to use more leaves than you would with other teas. With other teas you generally use about 1 teaspoon for 8 ounces of tea. That's kind of the standard. With this one, you use about a teaspoon per cup. And so this pot, this is a 20-ounce pot. It makes about almost 3 cups. Cups are usually 8 ounces. So yeah, 2.5 cups or so. So if it's 2 teaspoons per cup, we'll go ahead and use 5 teaspoons. They're smallish teaspoons though. You don't want to use giant ones for this. But you can see, I'm not sure if you can see the leaves here. Those are Gyokuro leaves. They're really delicate, really thin. And it's a very delicate tea in general. So, but anyway, the problem is you have to use a lot more of the leaves than you do for other teas. So your tea goes away a lot quicker. This little bag isn't going to last me very long, and it's, even though it was not an expensive one, that was a large teaspoon, so I'll kind of I think I'll count that as my do another one. There we go. But yeah, even though it wasn't expensive, it wasn't exactly cheap either, so it's not gonna, this isn't gonna last long, but hey, I wanted to give Gyokuro a try. It's not a tea I get to drink often, because you really don't find it often unless you're in Japan, and even there it's not gonna be cheap. So, with Gyokuro, because it's so delicate, you don't use boiling water, not anywhere near that. Most green teas you use water that's 80 degrees or so. With Gyokuro, you actually want water between 50 to 60 degrees. This packaging tells me 60 to 70. Probably that's because it's not, like I said, it's not the highest quality I've had. Anyways, 50 to 60 degrees is around 130 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's hot water, but it's nowhere near boiling. And if you don't have a temperature or a water heater with a thermometer on it, you can just approximate it, which is what I usually do. It's not ideal, but I usually boil the water and then let it cool down. That's also not ideal. You're better off just heating it to 50 degrees and not letting it hit a boil, because boiling removes oxygen from the water, which affects the taste of the tea. So not something you're supposed to do. I usually don't take it that seriously, so I just go ahead and boil it because it's easier. And I have one of these electric kettles, so I just use that. So we'll go ahead and put the water in there. It's been sitting a while, so it's cooled down a lot. And in addition to using more leaves and cool water, you generally use longer steeping times with Gyokuro too. With the cooler water, it obviously takes longer to get the tea in there. I think my water is probably a little bit too hot still, but it's within the 60 to 70 that it says on this packaging, so I'm sure it's fine. And yeah, you steep it. Usually it's about 2 to 3 minutes, but like I said, I always use these glass teapots because then I can see what the tea looks like, and when it reaches a color that I like, that's when I stop steeping. And with this particular tea, it's a fairly new tea. I just bought it, but I did make it once before the other day, and I think it was 3 good infusions out of it. So I don't get as many as with some teas, but yeah, I got 3, and then I did a 4th where I just ended up using boiling water and letting it sit for about 20-30 minutes, which gets everything you can out of the leaves, but is obviously not going to be the tastiest of the infusions. So the first 2 or 3 are good. After that, it's not going to be that great, but I just like to get everything I can out of them. Anyways, let's see what this looks like if we move this a bit. See, it's actually got a pretty good color already. Like you can let it steep longer, into 2 minutes and get it really full, but I would actually prefer to take it out now. I like the color of that, and if I take it out now, I'll probably get an extra steeping later too, and I like having a few more steepings, and like I said, that looks good enough. That's going to have a lot of the flavor. It's not going to be quite as strong as a fully brewed one, but it's close enough for me. And yeah, the color looks really good. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out. As you can see, there are, you know, when you read my site, there are a lot of, you know, very strict rules of temperatures and times and all that, and that's just a guess because every tea is different. So, you know, you can start with that the first time, and then you just kind of adjust from there. Since I make tea a lot and I have my glass teapot, I usually do it by sight more than anything at this point because I kind of know what it's supposed to look like. And then, you know, if I try it and it doesn't taste strong enough, then I know next time to leave it in longer. Or if it tastes too strong, then I know next time to take it out sooner or maybe use fewer leaves. So yeah, it's really just kind of almost a guessing game, although you can start from a good point, which is what I always try to provide, and then just adjust from there depending on your personal tastes. All right, thank you for watching. I can't wait to enjoy this tea, and I hope you have a great day.